Morning, welcome to another video. We're on the Discovery again. Just a quick recap of where I've got to. So I've finished the welding, finished welding up both sills. I've got the wheels back on. I'm gonna start it in a bit and then pump up the air suspension and check for no air leaks. Then I'll put the cover back on the bottom of the suspension. I've only got, I thought I'd ordered loads of these. I've only got 8 of the trim clips for putting the sills back on and the covers and whatnot. So I need to order a load of them. I was going to put them on today, can't do that. I want to fit the trailer electrics as well and get the bumper on. To do that I need to get in the boot. So I need to be able to open the tailgate from the back. So I need to connect the battery, hence why I put the wheels back on, so I can start the compressor and start the engine. Connect the battery up, then I can do this, hook that up, reverse it back, then I'll do the front shocks. Before I reverse it back and let it off the axle stands, we're going to do changing the rear diff oil. So I've just come underneath, I've got everything ready. Come with me. Screwdriver, pointer. Right, rear diff, drain plug, 3X drive. I've given that a wire brush. Done that in there to get rid of any rust that was in there. 8mm Allen key in the fill or level plug, fill plug. I've checked that that's undone first, which it is. So next what we'll do is we'll leave that, we'll get the 3/8 in here and we'll drain that and we'll get that draining in here. So next, get that off there. Put that back in there. That's my Allen plug, my Allen socket. I had to hammer that one in. I might have to hammer this in here as well. This is the impact one. Right, it's going now. Hang on, let me get my hammer and we'll tap that in so it actually goes in. Again, I'm doing it in a funny way. Give it a good bash. That helps break any rust off that's holding it shut. Now we'll crack it off. Tight. It's going. Right, get the drain and we'll catch what's in here. I've got no idea how much is going to be in here, what state it's going to be in, or anything. Right, can you see? If I do it this way, you'll be able to see better. I'll move my light. Try to get it so you can see. Ready? Let's try not to spill it everywhere. It's a bit oily. Well, it would be oily, wouldn't it? We've got some metal filings on the end of there which we'll have a look at in a bit. Can you see? So we'll let all that drain out. Doesn't look the best, does it? So it's a good job I'm changing it. I don't think this has been changed ever. Let that drain, take that fill plug out, which I can do with my fingers just about. That'll let it go faster. Mind you, there is a breather. There's the fill plug. We'll clean that. Leave that to drain. Yes, we're going to do front diff, rear diff, transfer box. I'll do the transmission at a later date because I haven't got the stuff to do that. Leave that drain in. So there's the drain plug. It's just sludge mainly, I think. there is a magnet. We'll do a magnetic test. I'll get a magnet. Hang on. Let's put that on a rag. Where's my rag? There. Go and get the magnet. It's just fallen off. I'm covered in stuff anyway. Let's put that down. I need to change my glove. I've ripped it. I've dropped it. Doesn't matter. I'm going to clean it anyway. So yeah, I've dropped it. It's covered in fluff now. I'm going to clean it. Right, magnet. That one. Yep, it's magnetic, so it is filings out of the actual diff. So it's probably not too bad. Because although it is, there wasn't a massive amount. It was mainly oil. Right, that can go in the bin. Nice smell. That can go back on there where it should be. Got knocked off. Change my glove. Clean that up. That's that cleaned up. If it'll focus. Good. That's okay. Right, so we're going to be using my Nielsen 1 litre multi-purpose pump again to put the oil in. This is the stuff I'm going to be putting back in, Ravenol 75W90. It's the correct spec, and it takes 1.1 litres from a refill when you've done a drain. So we'll tip that all in there, and then we'll get that pumped in after I put the drain plug in. Talk about that in a minute. This needs to go in there. There we go, I've got it written down there. The drain plug gets 54 Newton meters. The fill plug gets 34, 1.1 litres. So it's pretty much finished. Let's just give it a wipe. Let a drip go. Give it a wipe. We're getting a bit out now, but not much. There we go. Get that out of there. So I've put that in my container. I've not put the whole thing in yet. Basically hook on there again, put that in the transfer case, and I'll put it in shot. I think you can about see there, can't you? So yeah, we just pump. And it should start going in now. You can do it by cheating, but I'm not going to. There's a hole in the top, and you can put the air line in and blast it all in. That's what I did with the Freelander. Right, just got to keep doing this. So put the drain plug back in now. I've put 1.1 litres in, and then this gets 34 Newton meters. Torque wrench. No. Just. And we'll do a bit of brake cleaning on the bottom just to clean that excess off. Wait till it goes click. Not quite. Not quite. Nearly. Come on. It's got to be it. There we are. Right, clean off next. Get the tools out. Bit of brake cleaner. That's it. Right, we were doing the suspension re-enable routine, pumping up the air suspension, got nearly there, that side went pop. So I'm going to have to jack this side back up, disconnect the battery, find out what's gone wrong. Probably the air lines come out the top of the bag, I would guess. What a pain. Yeah, so I don't know whether you can see in there or how well you can see in here, but if I do this, can you see that air line has come out? So I need to put that back in. Right, we'll get that back in and try again. So there we go, sorted it. Put the jack under, jacked it up enough so I could just put the pipe back in. I trimmed the end off. I've been round, sprayed gas leak detection fluid on all the connections, they're all good. Diagnostic thing's finished, I've got the dashed thing turned off, but look, I need to give it a real good clean. We've got all flipping grinding dust everywhere, so it needs a right good clean. Oh, do you know what I can hear? Radio, because the key's in. And I can now open the tailgate, so I can put the wiring loom in that I bought, second-hand one, there, so I can fit that, and then I can put the bumper back on. Remove this panel here, that panel. In there, we'll show you. We've got the two plugs up here that we need. I might need to move a bit more. Up here somewhere. Oh, there should be. Have a look. I can't see. There's two plugs somewhere. I probably need pulling off. This is one. This is one. And that's the other. That's the earth point we need to put to. I've just pulled that grommet out there. So we're going to come around this side. Pull that grommet out there. And we should have a hole through. No, it's not direct, how about that? So we should have a light in there now. Yeah, we have. Right, feed that through. Let's do that. So now feeding it all through. Got one grommet in the firewall. Got these through here. Pulling this grommet through here. That one goes in there. So we'll push that grommet in there. This grommet in here. That was a bit of a faff, but it's not too bad. Packing in a bit. Just gonna have some lunch and do some cycling. There. That's that one. There we are. That's in. And we've got a clip there. Oh no, that's in now. That goes presumably on one of these here. Right, so that'll go on that earth point there. So that goes on that earth point. So I need a 10mm and we'll get them on there. And then they plug in there. And then this sits wherever. We'll get that sorted. So earth on there. That plugs in a little hole just there. And then this will clip onto that lug there. And then these two go in here. So first of all we've got to unplug the blanks, and then we'll get these located back up there, tied it up. So we've now got the trailer sockets in the bumper fitted. This is why I'm doing it before, so that I can see where I'm putting everything. Fed the cables across here. They need to plug in here, and then they'll clip into various different holes in the bumper. But I won't do it now because it's time to go and have some lunch and pack in for now. So I'll probably see you tomorrow carrying on this. Then I'll be able to put the lights back in, bumper back in, reverse back up so that I can do the front springs. So I need to move this way a bit so that I can get the front wheels off because there's not enough room. and then I need to order some of these. These are the blanking plugs that came off from inside. So, see you tomorrow. Time to shut the boot. Put the windows up. Yeah, so see you tomorrow. I've still not gone in yet, so there's two clips that go here. One there, one there. You clip the different two together like that. And then there's a little clip that goes under there and pushes into the chassis rail under here, which you won't be able to see, which I've done. I need to put two little fir tree things in there to hold these cables here, but that's not so bad now. So it's away from there. Next I'm just going to wrap these so that then they can be tucked in and out of the way. So this needs to come up somewhere. There's a clip there and here that this will clip into, but I don't know where, because this is a bumper fixing. Could be on the bumper like that, maybe. Yeah, it's probably like that. Probably goes on the bumper and then they probably tuck out of the way. Right, let's pack in. Welcome back. Sunday. Carrying on, so the bumper's on. I'm just sort of sorting the trim and everything underneath. So we'll go underneath, I'll show you what I mean. I've got rid of my Diff oil, put that in the bucket. So there's these little plastic bits here, there, that the bottom edge of the bumper screws to, but I reckon it should be the other way. So this side, no, it's right. Yeah, it's wrong. So it should be on the outside, on the bottom. That's the other way up, so I need to change that. We're missing a thing to screw to here. It's the cat wanting to come in. Hang on. It's that one screwed on at the bottom. I've just used these like tech screws with an 8mm head to go into there at the bottom, and I need to put a plastic rivet in here, like that one, which I've got. One of those. And then that'll screw in. Where's my screwdriver gone? That'll screw in. This one was really loose, so that's sorted that one. There we go. That's that. And then I need to work on this side. Get that the other side. I haven't got a plastic rivet here. There's one that end. So we're going to see what we can put in this end. Get it the other way around. Broken in the middle. I've broken at that end as well. So we take the plastic rivet out of there, put it in here. That's the little plastic lug I've taken out of the other end. So we'll put that in here. There, and then I just need to pull this over like so, and then we'll put one of them screws in there, and then we're done under here. I can put the spare wheel back up. Yeah, that's that bit done. And this is what the wiring's like for the inside of here. So it comes out of the holes, little fir tree thing there, and a cable tie. Same here, another one here. So that's all nice and firm. Next I've got to put my riv nuts, plastic riv nuts through from the top, lift the flap up to hold the bumper at the top. Got to do those. I can do that from above, the wheel can go in first. So finally bumper's on properly. Got all the little trim clips in like those ones. Those ones back in. Oh, there's a dent there, look. Yeah. So next we've got to put the compressor undercover back on. That, and then we're going to do a bit of a hoover out inside and reverse it back. Tidy up a bit. Yeah, I think I need to go forward a little bit close. Maybe I need to come back a little bit now. Yeah, back a tiny bit. A little bit more. Back about a few inches. Yeah, that's probably okay. I've given it a bit of a hoover. Got rid of all the dust off the windscreen, you can see, mainly. It needs a good wash when it's done on the bonnet. So I can get that wheel off now. I can work on that. So next weekend, do the front shocks and front diff oil and transfer oil, maybe. So I'm going to leave it at that for this video. So thanks for watching. Welcome to all the new subscribers again. 368, are we? Anyway, thanks for everybody watching. See you next time.